It seems that Egypt will never leave us alone and will constantly throw up more and more mysteries and discoveries. Hi there, this is Infinity, and in this episode I'll tell you about the most incredible finds in Egypt which scared even scientists. In July 2018, another ancient tomb was discovered on the outskirts of the Egyptian city of Alexandria. According to experts, the black granite sarcophagus inside was at least 2,000 years old. But when they tried to remove the lid from it, the workers were almost immediately stopped by a pungent, unpleasant smell. They had to return later wearing gas masks and escorted by military personnel. The lid was removed from the sarcophagus, and the astonished scientists saw a soup of mummies. How could so much water get into a sealed sarcophagus in a dry room in the middle of the desert? Archaeologists had no answer to this question. When it comes to the Egyptian miracles, many people think about pyramids, sphinx, and mummies. But relatively recently, there's been a real miracle in this country. Many users of the internet believe that during the riots in Cairo, we could see the horsemen of the apocalypse in the crowd of protesters. A video uploaded on the internet in 2011 shows the silhouette of a ghost on a horse during the Egyptian unrest. Its yellow color and pale glow makes it incredibly similar to the fourth biblical horseman, whose name is Death. Of course, no real horseman could have been in the capital at that time, at the height of the Arab Spring. So many people came out on the square that it was difficult to turn around in this crowd. Numerous cameras filmed the events in the city, and one of them broadcast live for the American TV channels. When the video appeared on the internet, public opinion was divided. Some thought it was clever editing or a deliberate hoax, while others actually believed in the apparition. But if so, what did the ghost want to warn about, and why did it disappear without a trace? The Great Void. In 2017, experts from a Parisian organization that explored the pyramids discovered a previously unknown room about 30 meters long and about 2 meters high. Unsurprisingly, this place named as the Great Void is located in the very center of the Pyramid of Khufu. Its purpose is still unclear. It's also unclear what's inside and whether there's anything of value there because there's no access to the room. It's been found thanks to radiography technology, which allows to scan the rock and to find cavities in it with the help of cosmic rays. The cavity discovered by scientists is located directly above the Grand Gallery and has similar sizes with it. But why would the builders leave a room inside the pyramid that would not be accessible from any corridor or passageway? What is in this room, and why is it impossible to enter it? For 4,000 years, no one even thought about the existence of the Great Void, and now scientists have to decide whether to break through to the void or leave the ancient mystery unsolved. What do you think? Should scientists search for the void, or should they take the ancient Egyptians at their word and stay away from it? Unknown energy. Perhaps you've heard about the magical properties of the Great Pyramid of Giza. Often, pyramids are attributed the property to attract and redirect energy. It sounds strange enough, but theoretical physicists don't think so. The ancient Egyptians could not guess about what their constructions were capable of, but nowadays to capture the presence of unknown magnetic radiation in pyramids is not very difficult. Physicists have calculated that the Pyramid of Khufu scatters radio waves with length of an order of 200 to 600 meters, and have found out that on certain resonance frequencies, cavities of the pyramid concentrate electromagnetic energy. Besides, the pyramid standing on a limestone plateau focuses electromagnetic waves under its base. It's turned out that the energy accumulated by the pyramid will concentrate in its internal chambers and also focus in space under the basis where the third, unfinished chamber of the pyramid is located. Now, scientists plan to use the received results to recreate similar effects in nanoscale, but not with radio waves and with visible light. The answer to all questions. What could be Egypt's greatest secret? Many would say that modern science is most interested in how exactly the ancient people were able to build such colossal structures as the pyramids. Is it possible that some secret mathematical knowledge which cannot be deciphered by the scientists of our time is encrypted in their architecture? The clear confirmation of the inexplicably high knowledge of the ancient Egyptians in the sphere of astronomy and engineering is the location of the Pyramid of Khufu in relation to the cardinal points. According to scientists, any coincidence here is out of the question because the pyramid almost unmistakably points to the true north. As a result of the most accurate measurements carried out in 1925, it's been established that an error in its position is only 3 minutes and 6 seconds. Even this error can be explained by the fact that for hundreds of years, north has had time to shift a little. The same incredible accuracy is observed in respect to proportions of the pyramid. One of its facets is approximately 230 meters long, but the difference between the largest and smallest sides does not exceed 20 centimeters. the error is only 0.1%. It's incredible if we take into account that we're talking about a surface made of multi-ton limestone blocks. A gift from heaven. The ancient Egyptians were skilled architects, but as for resources, they were severely limited. It's believed that the only metal at their disposal was bronze, or no. A 5,000 years old tomb which was discovered in the vicinity of Cairo would seem completely unremarkable to scientists if not for the huge amount of metal jewelry found inside. How could they have even made 50 centuries ago, long before the Iron Age? The answer is not to be found on Earth, but in space. The fact is that most meteorites falling to Earth are made almost entirely of iron. It's likely that in ancient times, jewelry made of the heavenly metal had a special value and was specifically for the nobility. However, this theory does not provide an answer to a very important question: how did the ancient Egyptians manage to get the temperature necessary to melt iron 5,000 years ago? The Tomb of Osiris. Curiously, archaeologists decided to call this tomb the Tomb of Osiris because in the ancient Egypt, Osiris was considered the patron god of the afterlife. Of course, he was immortal as any god. In 2015, a dynastic tomb was discovered near the city of Luxor on the bank of the Nile. But why make a tomb for a god? The ancient Egyptians were extremely concerned about the afterlife. However, there was not one mummy inside the tomb. Was it ever there? Or did the one who rests here not need a sarcophagus? As I said, the tomb was opened in 2015. No terrible curse fell on those who discovered it, but the country was shaken by political unrest for several more years. Coincidence? Who knows? What if by opening the tomb, archaeologists let someone or something out? Dendera light. Some scientists have seriously considered the theory that electric lamps were invented by the Egyptians long before Thomas Edison offered his patent. The basis for this theory was the wall paintings in the Hathor Temple at Dendera. It's in this temple where the drawings and inscriptions are best preserved, and where the strange image is located. A line resembling a cable extends to a large glass vessel of a spherical shape, inside of which there's a snake-like metal wire. The first person to notice the unusual resemblance was an engineer from Norway who put forward the theory that the bas-relief depicts an ancient electric light fixture. He based this on the external similarity of the figure with other devices. For example, Crookes tubes, which were invented only in the 19th century. But how could a picture of a lamp appear on the wall of a temple in Hellenistic Egypt? Scientists don't know the answer to this question. Saqqara bird. The Saqqara bird is a wooden figurine discovered in 1898 during the excavation of a Saqqara burial ground. But what's so special about this artifact is why does it still excite the imagination of scientists? Today, the wooden bird is on display at the Egyptian Museum in Cairo, and every year thousands of people come in the museums to see it. In general terms, the artifact resembles a bird without a beak, plumage, and lower limbs. Or does it resemble an airplane? When we looking at the artifact, it becomes clear that it indeed resembles airplane rather than a bird. By the way, its aerodynamic properties are amazing. By creating a three-dimensional model of the Saqqara bird, scientists realized that the toy lacks just a small flat bar on its tail for stable planning. But how is this possible? After all, at the end of the 19th century, when the bird was discovered, aircraft engineering was just beginning its journey. Would the ancient Egyptians have known, or at least dreamed of building an aircraft? Seems to me that it should not be excluded. Most of us associate Egypt with deserts and pyramids, but few people think about the mysteries of the sea which wash this country. There are two of them, the Mediterranean Sea and the Red Sea. Do you think about the treasure? No, hardly jewels could scare the scientists, but the creepy underwater monster without eyes could. It's known that the photo was taken on an Egyptian beach in September 2017. Rumor has it that the locals were as puzzled as internet users, because even fishermen have never encountered such creatures. What seems especially creepy is that the sea monster simply has no face and no eyes. It only has a huge mouth full of sharp teeth. Some experts believe that the find on the beach may be a mutated form of a deep-sea eel, but it's possible that they're wrong. That's all, guys. Do you believe that the ancient Egyptians could have been a much more advanced civilization than we think? Share your opinions in the comments, and if you liked the episode, subscribe to the channel, press the like button, and don't forget to stay notified of upcoming videos. Thank you for watching, and see you later.